Hello and good morning, everyone. Welcome to our webinar, CEO Videos, Excellence in Corporate Influencing. We're pleased that so many of you joined us today, and we hope to give you new and valuable input regarding our today's topic. Before we start with the main part of our presentation, let me briefly introduce our team. First of all, welcome Professor Dr. Henning Zürch. Professor Zürch is Chair of Accounting and Auditing and Vice Dean at HHL Leipzig Graduate School. Then welcome Claudio Barrantes, who is Team Lead of the Motion Design team at Nexar and Paradox, and my colleague. And my name is Alexandra Horvatova, and I'm a Project Manager at Nexar. Professor Zürch, the word is now yours.
Okay, Alexandra, thank you very much for introducing me and us. So first of all, you've seen that I'm, so to speak, the numbers cruncher, accounting and auditing guy. So when you ask yourself, what is going on with financial communication and CEO videos? Just in short, I will explain that to you. First of all, what is behind HHL? HHL is one of the few private business schools and universities in Germany with an international reputation. Okay, that's fine. But we are characterized by the fact that we are the first mover in numerous areas. Our aim is to recognize new trends at an early stage and to accompany them academically. This is the case in the field of financial communication and accounting, and this closest connects the dots to Paradox and what we are talking today here. So, and let's talk about CEOs. And in 2019, we looked. This was our first touch point with annual reports. We looked at the statements and messages from CEOs in the annual reports of the DAX 30 companies in Germany, based on an artificial intelligence or with an artificial intelligence software. We found out that there appear to be 4 different types of CEOs. However, the CEOs, and that's very important, are not clear and coherent in their language. Their statements and characteristics sometimes change from year to year with a speech writer, and the alignment with the company's goals, strategy, and values was only insufficiently recognizable, and the AI has recognized it. So what were the lessons learned from this first study? Remember that AI is reading along. That's not new. But be coherent in everything you communicate. Coherency, keyword. And above all, give your communication a structure. Okay, second keyword, structure. So today we are moving away from the written word to the CEO videos and tapes. And this is on the one hand a great opportunity to achieve credibility in the market and not just blow, hot air. But this requires coherency and structure. Coherency and structure. So you are only as credible as your figures, data, and facts cover your statement. And that's make the CEO videos so important. So let's go. Alexandra will present our study in a concise manner, the second one, not the 19th one, and Claudia will outline best practices. And then we will have a discussion, hopefully, with you all. And Claudia, I hand over to you now.
Yeah, well, thanks for the introduction, Henning and Alex. First, I would like to present our agency, Paradox. Paradox is a motion design, video production, and consulting agency. And we are experts in shaping corporate, investor, and sustainability content into visually engaging information. As corporate content is quite often complex, we try to help our clients to explain business models, equity stories, sustainability strategies, or corporate content with videos and customized motion graphics. So basically, our task here is to make complex data snackable and easy to consume.
So let's have a quick look at our today's agenda. We will start by shortly introducing our topic of CEO videos and CEO positioning, then move on with the beneficial effects of CEO videos. Afterwards, we will give you an answer to the question, what good CEO videos have to offer? and show you some best practice examples. And last but not least, you are all cordially invited to participate in our discussion. You can, of course, post your questions in the chat if some of them come up during the presentation, and we will also have the chance to discuss those. Okay, so what are CEO videos in digital financial communication? CEO videos and CEO positioning play a crucial role nowadays in financial communication and in video storytelling. As Professor Züch mentioned before, this was also the topic of a research of the HHL Leipzig, which was also the driver for this webinar. So the potential of video storytelling is not being fully exploited in investor relations communication at the moment. However, more and more companies discover the positive effects of this powerful tool. What could be more powerful than a CEO himself or herself talking about the achievements of a company? So why is good CEO positioning and communication that important? We have 5 reasons. First of all, comprehensibility, as videos in general can be consumed a lot easier than a PowerPoint presentation with a lot of text and pictures. They are the perfect tool to explain complex IR topics easily, quickly, and clearly. The second reason would be emotionality. Videos create the story behind hard facts and numbers, and they also boost the recognition factor of a CEO or a company. The third reason for producing a CEO video is personality. Management videos are the best way to create an authentic and accessible image of your company. They lend financial topics a unique and personal touch. Range is also an important point when it comes to CEO videos, as they should be used across all media channels, like websites, YouTube, LinkedIn, or other social media channels to reach a rather broad range of target groups. And last but not least, we have the effect reason. Good CEO videos stay in users' minds if they are produced, for example, in a series with recurring visual or audio effects. They also boost the recognition of a CEO or a company. So let us now move on with the main characteristics of CEO videos based on DAX 40 companies that were analyzed by the study of HHL Leipzig. So first of all, there is to say that only 16 out of 40 DAX companies produced a CEO video for their annual report in 2022. The average length of a CEO video is 2 minutes and 48 seconds. Some of the videos are kept rather short and have a length of about 1.5 minutes. Others have the length of more than 4 minutes. In general, we can say that the length of the videos should not exceed 5 minutes, as the content should be snackable and processed easily by the audience. The longer the video is, the lower the attention span of the user. Which are the most common languages used in CEO videos within the 16 DAX companies? So 81% of the 16 DAX companies produced their CEO videos in English only. 13 were produced in German, and only 6% of the companies provided their CEO videos in both languages. When it comes to setting and background, we can say that 63% used the classic office space as background that is free from any distraction, focusing only on the CEO or the respective manager. A quarter of the companies used promotional backgrounds or banners, and 12% used creative spaces and graphical backgrounds with diverse visual aesthetics. Which format of speech is most commonly used in CEO videos? We can see that in 81% of the 16 DAX companies, the CEO only talks to the audience directly in a monological format. In 13% of the 16 videos, there is also an interviewer. Therefore, you have a dialogue format. And in 6% of the videos, you have an interactive storytelling involving more stakeholders, not only the CEO or the interviewer. Now, which platforms are the most popular to share CEO videos on? In general, there is to say that if you want your video to reach a broad range of stakeholders, you should share it across different platforms. 11 out of the 16 companies used LinkedIn to promote videos via the corporate profile or the personal profile of the CEO. 7 of the 16 companies also use their corporate website, and 4 publish their videos on YouTube as well. Which topics are mostly discussed in CEO videos? Financial performance and strategy are the most important topics to which CEOs refer in their videos. These topics are also the most important topics of interest for digital report users. This is followed by thanking the employees for their efforts. 15% talk about trends in the respective industry and outlook, and also refer to sustainability topics, which is followed by company and share. In this context, it is also very interesting to have a look at the industries of the DAX 4 companies which did or did not produce a CEO video for their annual report. Most of the industries, such as consumer goods and e-commerce, industrials, chemicals, pharmaceuticals, technology, utilities, exploited the potential of this rather powerful tool. On the contrary, which is rather shocking in some ways, no CEO videos were produced in automotive, healthcare, and financial services sectors. Now that we have discussed the hard facts and numbers, let us move on to some best practice examples for CEO videos. Claudio, the word is yours.
Well, thanks for your insights, Alex. Let's start here with the CEO video of Hugo Boss. This video starts with a nice and powerful dynamic intro. You see the CEO himself very self-confident on an e-scooter. And this really introduces the dynamics and speed of the video. Furthermore, it's supported by energetic music, which you not hear right now, but this also underlines this effect. For the statement, the Hugo Boss CEO is situated in a Hugo Boss store, talking directly to the audience. And this stands in sharp contrast to the fast and dynamic cut scenes, and gives time to relate with the statement of the CEO. Where the CEO talks about topics such as digitalization at Hugo Boss, sustainability, economic challenges, and the team spirits. In the B-roll takes, he's also shown in action. So he's presented as a maker, and this delivers the message that we are working on it. My next example is really in contrast to this. I want to show you the Vienna Insurance Group's 2020 report CEO video. This video works with a reportage style, and it uses lots of slow motion shots and relatively slow cuts that are intended to convey calm and security. So it's really focusing on the core business of the insurance and reflecting their solid earnings despite the corona pandemic. The statement of the CEO, Elisabeth Stadler, was filmed as a conversation, and this reportage style lives from its authenticity and naturalness. You see some close-ups between the various scenes that underline the authenticity, and so the viewer can really connect to the statement and gets close to the statement. The production style also makes use of the features of a reportage, from the handheld camera to the very natural interview situation. Let's go to the next example. Our next example here is Bayersdorf, an example from the annual report 2022. In the video, the CEO and the CFO appear together. They gave a review of the past financial year, the strategic highlights, and of course, the most important key figures that are, in this case, animated, and the real eye catcher here that underline the importance. In the video itself, you can see some B-roll footage with them walking through the office and some behind-the-scenes footage alongside the statements, which also support the sense of authenticity. In one scene, the two board members draw a formula on a pane of glass, for example. What seems like a little detail is actually quite good storytelling here, because the report motto was formula for sustainable growth, and it's taken up visually into the video, making it an important part of the overall concept. My next example here is from Covestro's annual report 2022. The entire management team is in the spotlight, so we did this kind of video format with the whole board. What's special here is that the 4 videos of the management team were not shot in a landscape format, so it's not 16 by 9, but in a social media optimized portrait format, 9 by 16. The reason was that they were even on the report itself, primarily created for mobile devices and for social media. So it's really like a mobile-first approach here, especially on channels such as LinkedIn or Instagram. These short statements were actively shared by the group, and everything was produced in front of a green screen. So there's a lot of typo animation going on in the background, making the video very dynamic and more attractive on social media feeds. My next example is the Bayer board video. The CFO is the one here that is presenting the most important topics of the financial year. This is a good example of for collective leadership. The framing is rather creative, as the CFO is seen on the R&D side and in the laboratory, also wearing the clothes of that are specific for the environment. And the whole video is very dynamic, supported by walking scenes and lots of B-roll footage, catching the attention of the audience. And the storyboard is divided into 3 chapters. So it's about the current situation, the performance of the segments, and 2023 outlook, which makes it easier to understand the rather complex financial topics mentioned in the video. The CFO himself is presented really authentic, thus engaging the quality of stakeholder connection. My last example here is Apple's sustainability video. It is rather out of the box and not a typical CEO video, I would say. It's more like a short film about the team meeting to which Mother Nature pays a visit. Of course, there's a lot of acting involved here and professional actors, as you see. The plot is like Tim Cook, the Apple CEO, is trying to convince Mother Nature about the environmental and sustainability efforts of the company. And what really stands out here is that Tim Cook is framed as part of the team, like as one of us. And as a person that really respects Mother Nature. And the whole video has a Hollywood movie style, let's say. But of course, creative approaches like this are possible to realize with smaller budgets and smaller teams. So no fear to do this approach. Yeah, I would like to end this part of the webinar with a quote. I'm sure it came across to everybody somewhere. If a picture is worth 1,000 words, then a video is worth 1,000,000.
Okay, thank you, Claudio. So what are the main takeaways when we look back at our today's webinar? So the research showed us that CEO videos as a tool for investor relations communication are still not fully exploited by today's market, even though they are a powerful booster of reputation. We have also seen that in the DAX region, powerful industries, such as, for example, the automotive industry, that is considered as one of the most developed and modern ones, missed the opportunity to produce a CEO video for their annual reports 2022, which also means that they missed the opportunity to keep up with today's trends. The research also gives companies an overview of do's and maybe also some don'ts when it comes to the production of CEO videos. So you can also see it as a kind of a guideline. So Claudio, your takeaways from the best practices?
Takeaways about the best practices. As you saw in the examples, there are quite different possibilities in production. Companies really have to ask themselves how they want to be presented. So which style suits your statements and your hard facts the best? And what is your main message? If you want to focus on digitalization and fast-growing business segments, for example, a fast-cut dynamic video like the Hugo Boss video I showed you may suit you. If you want to address more conservative stakeholders and want to focus on the resilience of your business model, then maybe a reportage style like you saw in the VIG video would suit you. So you also have to ask yourself, what are your resources? You don't need a production studio, but it is really important to have some thoughts about the setting. For example, why not filming on a production site like you saw on the Bayer example? Or maybe if you want to introduce the CEO and focus on his management style, do it in an untypical environment that gives the feeling that the statement has a more personal touch. And lastly, ask yourself, who is the best person to convey your message? Is it the CEO, the CTO, the CFO, or is it the board, maybe as a team? If you're focusing on teamwork, for example, let the team speak. If your CEO is too busy or has no camera affinity, sometimes it makes sense to integrate other members of the board.
Thank you very much. Now we have arrived at our discussion part of today's webinar. So if you have any questions, suggestions, ideas, now you can post your questions in the chat, and we will try to answer them. Thank you very much, and we are waiting for your questions. Okay, we have 2 questions we could start now. Yes, so do you believe that CEO videos are especially attractive for the younger generation of stakeholders?
Yeah, I just can start and then you can jump in. So first of all, we've seen that in German Generation Aktie, Gen Z, is moving towards the German market. And if you look at the, I don't want to say that this is a intensive study we've undertaken, but what you have seen is, for example, automotive industry or other crucial industries in Germany are not aware, from my point of view, that CEO videos are a crucial point, an important point. So first of all, I would say Yes, is the clear answer, and the German industry and the companies involved, and this is also true for other regions, are old school, so to speak. They have to learn that, as Claudio said, you said this, have to be made snackable. But the most relevant thing is what I started with: be coherent and be structured. So, and that means every time your starting point are the facts. And what you have to learn, or the companies have to learn, and therefore I talked about old school, is that you have to take your data, and your data has to be convincing. Convincing means in line with everything that was pushed to the market coherently. And those people, not only AI, but the younger people are really they read between the lines and keep that in mind. So yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Thank you very much. I think the second question is something maybe Claudia could answer. So the average length of about 3 minutes for a CEO video seems a bit long to me, especially thinking of social media and reels. What's your advice? How long should a CEO video take?
Actually, it really depends on the production style, like on the concept. But I think a length, if you really focus on social media, it does not play any role, because you can anyhow make shorts about of any video. Like, for example, if you have 6 questions in a video, break it down to just one question, make an asset out of it, and this asset may be 30 seconds long, and then post this on social media and push your content during the whole year. So like you have then 6 assets for 30 seconds, and then you could use this as post for, over the whole year. So it's really nice to actually have a 3-minute video in terms of social media use, because you can make it snackable. There we have the word again. But I would not say it must be 3 minutes long or so. You can also, with an original concept, make a 1 minute or 30 seconds CEO video, and it can be great.
Okay, thank you very much. Yes. Are there any further questions from our audience that we should answer? Yeah, if not, are there any aspects you would like to add, Professor Züch?
As you may know, you all know, I'm in a way the numbers cruncher, accounting and auditing, and I go every time I go back, and that's what I stated every time, is the annual statement is for me the reference book. So everything starts with the hardcore financials, and today we talk about sustainability, non-financial. We talk about sustainability KPIs. So what we experienced during the last decade with our competition called Investors Darling is that there were so many silos, Chinese walls between, let's say, public relations, investor relations, accounting or reporting department. And today, in times thinking about integrative reporting with respect to sustainability and other things, we can't talk anymore about things like investor relations. The thing is, we talk about stakeholder relations, and stakeholder relations is everything. That means starting by reporting hardcore facts, then go ahead with investor relations, how to translate these to the different audiences. Then sustainability comes up. And the challenge today is to be, again, I have to repeat it, be coherent. Talk to each other, and if you have, Claudio said this, if you have a message like 30 seconds, let's say 6 times a year or 6 times a month, 30 seconds, be clear in your messages, and all those messages have to be in line with your facts out of the hardcore financials, and also the values, the mission statement. Remember, I started with the let's say the study we made in 19 different speech writers, not in line with the values. So this is the future challenge. Communication is not picking up this or that. It's a whole story. it's like a movie, a 90 minutes movie that has a clear structure, a clear story, and this is sub-classified into different pieces. So this is what I just want to tell you, starting with hardcore and then become snackable and be coherent and structured again and again and again.
Yeah, we can come to a finish here. For all of you, the webinar has been recorded, so you can spread the word among those who did not have the time to participate today. So you will be able to watch it again. Thank you very much for participating. We hope that we gave you a valuable input. And we are looking forward to the next one. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.